Okay, so I have just seen Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and it is fine. So this one kind of hurts for me. I'm a long time Indiana Jones fan. It is one of my favorite pieces of media, I guess. I don't know. I've loved it since I've played the Lego game. Is my introduction to Indiana Jones, and because I was a big scaredy cat, I knew the movies were kind of scary, so I didn't watch them until I was much older, and it was really weird seeing the Lego game brought to life in front of me, but I loved every second of it. I even liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull for all its flaws, so I was really excited for them to come out with a fifth one. This is a franchise that I hope has longevity. I would really like to see it continue in some form, whether it's an animated show or more movies or even a reboot. I wouldn't be against at this point. But I just love this franchise so much. I would love to see it continue on in some form. So I was excited for this movie, and I went and I watched it. And like I said earlier, I think it's fine. It's okay, which is a big bummer because I like the majority of these movies. I'm a big, huge fan of the first three. I think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is overhated. It's definitely not as good as the first three, but it's fine. And this one kind of falls into that camp as well. It's fine. Um, Everything this movie does, the first three do better, which I think is a big problem because if you're not going to do it as good as the first three, then what's even the point? I don't expect you to be better than the first three because that's very hard, but you got to be at least as good. Um, so, for example, there's dungeon exploring and action and car chases and riddle solving and stuff like that. And it's all done very passively. But I just couldn't stop thinking of the first three movies and how they were more entertaining, more engaging the first time. And that may be a me problem. It may be me just bringing expectations into this movie, but this is an Indiana Jones movie. There is going to be expectations. Harrison Ford is great as always. He's really nailed this character. He does a good job playing Indiana Jones. All the cast is really good. Mads Mikkelsen is a fun villain, like always. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to get a lot of hate because she's a girl who can do things. So there's going to be people screaming, female empowerment or whatever. Um, it's not bad, all right? She's just a capable female. She doesn't make Indiana Jones look like an idiot. So she's fine. She's good in the movie. There's this little boy in the movie that didn't really work for me. I don't know if it was his acting or he just didn't have that much to do in the movie. But there's a little kid in the movie, and I kind of wish he wasn't there. I fail to see the point of him. But yeah, like all Indiana Jones movies, this movie goes completely bonkers in the final act. I won't spoil what it is, but it does go completely crazy in an enjoyable way. So that's fun. That's something to look forward to. But yeah, just at the end of the day, this movie for me is just it's too light on character development. And the Indiana Jones movies aren't known for being heavy in character development, but they do develop his character, especially Last Crusade and Crystal Skull try to do that. And this movie is so light on it, so distractingly light, that it just feels like you're just watching things happen. And you're not really emotionally attached to these characters. The only one that you're really attached to is Indy because you know him. You've been with him for four movies before this. But the character development is just so light that all you have to take you along in the movie is the plot. And the plot really drags near the middle. They're just doing things, trying to go from point A to point B to get the thing, to move on to the thing. And when there's not much character development going on during all this fetch quest stuff is not as interesting as it could be, unfortunately. So it's not a bad movie. It's a very competently made movie. I just wish it had a little bit more to say about Indiana Jones as a character that hasn't already been said in other movies. So a little disappointing one for me. I was really hoping it would be better than this. Still not a bad movie by any stretch of the means. It's a lot better than the Tom Holland Uncharted movie that came out a couple years ago, so there's that. But yeah, go watch it and decide for yourself whether you like it or not.